Hey friends, it's Joe from DadBod. Today is day 3 of your program. It is around 66 degrees in Tokyo and it is raining ever so slightly. It's not out of control and it's about 5:10 in the morning. So we're gonna go for a nice recovery walk today. We're not running or anything crazy and we're really not going that far, but this is just a place for us to settle, have a little bit of reflection and enjoy a nice scenic walk together. So let me get you on my head and we'll get started. 1 second. All right, so again, we're in one of my favorite spaces in Japan. We're in one of my favorite spaces in Japan. This is Todoroki Ravine. This is the track we are going to go down over and over again over the next 16 weeks. We got our little distance measurer started. And we're gonna do a little bit of meditation as well at the end of this. So one of the reasons that I love running is that I get some space. So for those of you who don't know, I have 3 kids. They're currently 6, 4, and 2. There's talks of kid 4, we don't know in that space yet. But a quiet moment is very rare in my world and it's very precious. And I've found that I often run myself aground just because I'm so stimulated with so many things going on. And running forces these moments where I'm in isolation with my thoughts. I intentionally don't run with music. If you run with music, that's totally cool. If you run listening to me like a podcast, that's totally cool. Do what you need. But for me, it's really the silence that is so helpful. So there's actually a special spot we'll encounter on this recovery walk that we're gonna go to every recovery week. And for me, coming from a faith-based context, I sit and I pray for a little bit before finishing up the walk or the run, where you all provide you some space to think and reflect as well from your own context. 1 second. But one of the things I'd like you to focus on for today is yesterday we did like some single arm dumbbell rows. I don't know if you remember that, where you put one knee on a chair and then your hand on a chair and you're pulling that weight back. And hopefully during that you were able to fire the back, but you may have even started to notice the ability to kind of tuck your tailbone and hold in your core during that to stabilize. Now, you might not have been trying to do that. I don't remember what kind of coaching I provided during that workout. I know we did planks, which are core. But on this walk, even though you could probably walk lethargically, leaning back, we want to start tilting our body forward just slightly, and doing that by tucking in our core and activating it, and just having a little bit better posture. Rolling your shoulders back. Whew. I'm a little winded today. So even though we're walking, we can walk with good form and build strength. Like, make the walk a little bit more challenging because you're activating muscle groups that are normally asleep. Pretend you're in a standing plank, which sounds kind of crazy and uncomfortable. But if you just lean your body a little bit, you're gonna find it. Also, the river's super high today, which is awesome. Ducks! Yeah, I'm highly privileged. I get to live in central Tokyo. I have a great job, even though it's a hard job. And somehow, living in central Tokyo, it's still possible for me to get out to this space multiple times per week and run and reflect. Yes, we have an overpass, which ruins the nature for a minute or two, but there's also like nice still moments on this where the trees kind of absorb some of that noise. And we get a break from the rain. Also, you may be a little sore today. I was sore, and you might have thought, oh, 0.5 mile recovery walk. I don't need to do anything. There was still like the runner's warm-up beforehand, so if you didn't do it beforehand, do it after. Get your body moving the right way, the safe way. It'll be good. Dang, that river's high. I try to have a sensitivity. Right now I'm walking around with a GoPro in my head, so these people are just enjoying their morning. Also, this stairwell is dumb. We might run it just for training on how to do stairs, because stairs suck. Most of the time on a half marathon you're not going to encounter stairs, but you can take a lot of the learnings from stairs directly into a hill as well. Dang, that's high. I've never seen that bridge almost flooded. That's so cool. Actually, maybe I have. I ran this trail during a typhoon last year, and like there was a tree that had fallen. It was super sketch. Being a gaijin, or foreigner, I often make choices that are contrary to what native Japanese would do. And that includes like the storm watching mindset that comes from being from Chicago. You know, like when the tornado sirens go off, and instead of going to the basement, all the dads go outside to look out to see if there's a tornado. So when there's a typhoon and everybody's like inside being safe, I'm like, oh, let's go for an 8-mile run with lightning and torrential rain along a river. Like, just dumb Joe. It's great. Whew. Feeling a little bit of a burn. So even on this little hill, I tucked my tailbone, activated my core. Like, let your core pull you forward. I'm gonna make a running tips, like training video, just to show how to do certain things well and safely. Haven't decided how I'm gonna film that yet. I have some ideas. Alright, let me check. We should be getting close. .34. We're going to 0.5. We'll go to like 0.38. Just because I'll have us end on that little resting point. So one of the things I encourage you to do, of all the encouragement I give you, is I want you to find a spot along your run. Probably near the beginning, so that it can also be near the end, where you can just get lost with your thoughts for a little bit and process through the details of your life. A lot of times running can become a check-the-box activity of, oh, I have to go X far, let me get this done. But it's really like going through the process of running. I'm going to turn back, by the way. Going through the process of running, I think unlocks something in us, in our minds, that consistent rhythm of moving, breathing, pushing ourselves. It clears a lot of the noise out, because we have to just focus in on that experience, because we live in a world that's so distracted by what's on our phone, the demands of work and life, and it's hard to carve out small moments of isolation to think and process. So as you start this training, find a special place. Some of you, your run will start right on your front porch, and you'll do a loop and you'll come back, and that's where you can run. Some of you can hop on a bike and bike for 5 or 10 minutes to get to a really nice spot to start your runs, and that'll give you a good warm-up as well. Some of you are gonna hop in your car and drive to a park, hop on the train if you live in the city, right? So either way, wherever you start your run, maybe a quarter of a mile or a half mile into it, find a consistent spot where you want to end at least your recovery journey of the run, so that you can sit and reflect for a little bit. Don't just finish your run and take a shower and go back into life. But we're gonna take, I don't know, 5-10 minutes to just sit and reflect together. I've also used this spot before, but I'm gonna take us down by the river because I think it's nice. And this is gonna allow you to just start processing all the challenges you're facing in life with your fitness journey, in your relationships, in your occupation, before you jump back in to all those things. It'll be cool, trust me. But overall, I'm so glad you've decided to step into this journey with me. I'm totally making this on faith. I mean, we're only 3 recorded workouts in. I've also recorded 6 of the stretches. And doing that around the demands of family, my job has been super challenging. Especially because I'm trying to like do it in as high quality as possible. I'm like 10 videos behind on editing, so I feel that tension. But I'm just hopeful that people will eventually find this, like you, and this provides a little bit of peace, direction, and purpose. All right. Let's see. Perfect. That's 0.5. That's half a mile. So this was a nice recovery. Hopefully you did a stretch. And I'm just going to let you kind of hang out and sit with me for, I don't know, 5 minutes, and then we'll walk back up to the end of the trail. But this is my special spot. It's a little wet. Not much I can do about that. And I always put my phone and my keys in my other pocket because I'm worried about it falling in. All right. So I'm just gonna give myself 5 or 10 minutes to process some of the things that are on my mind in silence with the river. It may be for you, because some people need some guidance if they've never done this before, if they haven't sat in silence. Just consider what you're most concerned about with this program, whether it's this doubt that you're wasting your time, that you'll actually be able to do a half marathon, or that you won't get injured, or you won't give up. And just start asking like why you feel those things. And maybe you'll get a little bit more clarity on how you can be successful in the journey. Cool. So I'm gonna pray in my head, and you can enjoy the rain and the waterfall. Well, hopefully that was fun for all y'all. Got a little tiny walk back for me. We already did the 0.5, but for some of you that may have been difficult to sit, some of you might have fast forwarded it. Some of you don't think you need that time, and it is okay to think that way, especially at the start of the journey. But I want to stretch you, keep carving out silence, especially if you listen to me while we run. I'm going to talk. Sometimes when I'm running I need to focus on breathing, so I'll shut up. But that those moments of reflection are so helpful. And you know, again, everyone come from a different background, different belief system. Me coming from a Christian faith background, like, I just pray like a blessing over you of peace, encouragement, and empowerment, which you can take in whichever way you do or don't want to do. But I just genuinely hope for you that this journey is empowering and uplifting. Well, anyway, friends, I'm gonna cut it before we get to Ojisan and make my way back. Thanks for the half mile. Excellent, excellent work. And see you again in the future. Have a good one.